Me did young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pacuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Aye easy, aye convenient, aye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover aye mapim. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first Kakomo Busia for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Sugar level, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Let me start with Richmond. Is our industry looking good?
It's a tough question. For me, it's a balance.
Okay.
I have to be sincere. Depends on where we are looking at. Currently, times are hard, and it's not the industry is not an exemption of it. But if you're a brand and you have some strategies put in place to see how best you can, benefit on one or two things to push the brand, then let's say you are exempted. Otherwise, the general impression about what is happening in the industry doesn't really look good and stuff.
I see. Because the same question to you, because our first topic kind of looks like the question I'm asking you. Is our industry looking good?
I would say yes, it's looking good. We see a lot of improvement and understanding of current trends, as in how the new ways of doing business. So I can say a lot of the new crop of musicians are catching up to the new trends of music. Yes, we do have our old challenges, let's say the old evil that is still hunting us. But I can see
and
out of what you are saying. But out of all those situations, the little that we are making most out of it, and we see a lot of us making waves out there. So I can say yes, it's looking good. Just that we have to make sure that we correct some of the things that are not going right, and hope to get the things that we need to get to the higher heights. So I can say we are doing well. It's looking good.
Okay, then let me put the same question to Chris as well before I even introduce the first topic. Like I said, a question maybe sir, my panel members, so it means we can still tackle it same way. Chris, are we looking good?
Yes, to a larger extent, we are looking good because if you look at the number of exports we are making now, we're actually exporting our brands. Yes, now we are one way or the other. We have some brands out there, and then we are also nursing or grooming the younger ones. Okay. So the future looks good. And then even if you look at within the media space, for the past 2 or 3 years, or maybe 10 years ago, we had only Foresight TV. But then now look at
paying attention to showbiz.
Exactly. And even when it comes to entertainment programs, you can tell we are growing. And then look at the international companies, music companies we have in the country now. We have Boomplace here, Spotify. They have not Spotify. Yes, Spotify is here, but we don't have the office.
The offices, okay.
Yes. Empire has its eyes on. So generally, yes. One way or the other, we will have challenges, but then generally, I think we are doing
well.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just to warm ourselves up to start the business. Remember, I asked my panel members whether our industry is looking good. And let me give you a history behind me asking them whether our industry is looking good. Not long ago, one of our female pundits, her name is Sally Frimpong-Man. She was on radio saying that most of our people, especially our celebrities, or better still, our musicians or artists, they are poor. According to Sally, It will even be good that some of them, they look for rich men's daughters. Like, I'm sure she was talking about Mr. Easy finding some lady whose father is supposedly rich, and because of that, life has changed for Mr. Easy. She was advising our people same way, that you guys should start looking for rich men's daughters. And if you can, go and live in their houses, wash their cars. When they say go somewhere, say, yes, sir, I'll go. Do that, make some money, and run out of the business, because the business is not looking good for you guys. Then again, my producer Facebook Jata gave me a video of Medikal going to University of Education Winneba. I saw cars, like posh cars, and I like the way I'm moving. Kojo is also coughing. Jumanesi. I saw posh cars, like I said, is it not our industry? The guys are saying they are poor. Look at one artist. It was not like Medikal and Shatawale and Sako, it was just Medikal. And these were no cheap cars, like posh cars, about 5 or more at the campus. And I said, so which is which? Are we poor and we are packaging? Or no, it is not packaging, like they have it. They are really making money out of this. Now, I would want to show this video to you, and when I come back, I'll ask my people that, okay, so let's pretend that some of us don't have. Let's pretend that many don't have really what is supposed to be in their pocket. But is packaging also part of it? Because I've heard some stories from elsewhere, our neighboring people. When I mention them, they'll give me woto, so I won't say it's Nigerians. Some of them, no, I'll mention that. No, I'll mention that. Some of them, they package, make it look big and huge and scary. And when you go like, yeah, are we doing that? And even if you are doing that, is it wrong or is it good for the business? Let's take you to Winneba, where AMG business and his crew, they were there. When I come back, we will now expand the conversation, and I want you to join me as well. Watch it. I'll be back.
Wait. Charlie, why? What to tell your man? What to tell your man? What to tell your man?
All right, so make no mistake, it was not any minister or president or anything, like it was an artist, like a musician. His name is Medikal, AMG Medikal, and shout outs to you, Medikal, wherever you are. And I believe we have all seen what is happening in London, where some African presidents, they have been packaged nicely in buses, like they have been packaged nicely in buses. And when they come to Ghana and they are moving out, about 15 convoys, but over there, they are packaged up nicely in buses. Plane. Yes, mo bian for private jet in some Landing. Bian ko US can for private jet. Bian ma monko for plane. Papa Ibia na mo fan kotra mo fi. So let me start this with Richmond. Yeah, no, you know I'll start this with you. Yeah. Well, you are close. Yeah. So look at this. I know it's beautiful. Yeah. It's expensive, but people still think our people are living some wretched life. They don't have money.
You see, I think the lady, her comments, I'm sure she has her grounds on which she was making this statement. And especially because this reference video is Medikal, I can speak for Medikal generally before I come and look at the broader picture. The truth is, with all these cars, these are cars you see around him every time he goes for programs. These are cars that he owns.
And I saw Range Rovers like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Camaro and a lot of cars. There's a V8 also inside, registered V8 that the lights driving.
I saw that.
Of that. Yeah. So you see, there's a difference between people who act the lifestyle of the industry they are in. You know, he's a rapper, and rap has a culture. It has a whole you know role to play in his life that he's acting it out. And so these are also real things that he has money and he's gotten them. Let me give you an example of Michael Jackson. You know, Michael Jackson was a very popular musician. We know he's a rock star, pop star, and all of that until he died. People got to realize that he owns hundreds of thousands of, you know, loans to banks and also, you know, corporate bodies that he owed and stuff. There are people genuinely who put up a lifestyle to just, you know, feed the society or to create some sort of impression. And there are people who live the life. They say what they have. They portray what they have. They don't have, you know, it's not something that they want to put it out there. But generally, on the statement she made, I would disagree in a way, because you see, packaging is in fact, even in marketing, we say people buy what they see. Yeah. What do we mean by people buy what they see? It means that you must put a brand in such a way that it becomes very attractive. You don't expect the fact that a musician does not own a private jet. It doesn't mean when you want to put up a quality music video, he or she must not, you know, rent or, you know, get a private jet to portray a scene the person is trying to put it out there. Drake shot a music video, was it God's Plan? And we saw him moving around, giving monies to people. Look at that. After the video, he had a comment there that suggested that indeed he gave those monies and put a figure and all of that stuff. For real. And people believe it in Africa. Let an artist in Africa or Ghana carry Ghana must go with money inside and decide to, because of the culture of the act, decide to give money or try to create or tell a story in the music video. We'll have our own people who are supposed to help us push this agenda of branding Ghana music and all of that, fight against the system. What evidence do people have to say people are just doing normal packaging? And if there are no evidence, because I've listened to the tape and all of that, there was no specific evidence to the fact that, oh, this person, for example, staged a sign of 100,000 deal and it wasn't there. This person's streaming revenue or income is not what it is there. These are just statements that, to me, were not founded, they were not based on facts. And I don't think we should even, it's worth a discussion, but we have to, because you are worried, all of us are worried that if we don't put our brands in a way for people to understand that it is a lifestyle and packaging is part of it. So let me give an example. Good. We've seen even some brands like MTN, you see that there's a logo review, you see several brands, they have bottling changing. This isn't how brands have, I almost give them.
No, that's fine.
You see it. So packaging is what meets the eye. It's a very important instrument in branding. And so for me, I would encourage every single artist to put up that particular lifestyle that gets them attractive, that puts the agenda of the culture of their songs and everything they are putting out there. Because if brands will sign you, it is and negotiate with you properly, it's about how rich you look. So I have been on negotiating tables, and I think over there in some of your shows we have to review some cost of issues that came and stuff. I was telling people that as at 3-4 years, 2019 or so, I negotiated a deal worth $20,000. As at that time, it was about 200,000 cedis for Medikal for just a month or two. That same period, I did about 10,000.
Like an ambassadorial deal.
Yes. You know, and with the lifestyle Medikal puts out there, you can't come to have a deal with him and be quoting figures like $2,000 or you know, it's not really going to match the brand he puts out there. Recently, Kim Promise was talking about how Ghana is expensive, and he was talking about his watch, how much it costs, his branding, how much it costs. Now, I have worked with Ohene, who spearheads, you know, Legacy Live, Kim Promise's crew. Label, and honestly, if they give you a figure, it's not as if anybody, you know what the artist is worth. They invest so much in the craft. Medikal will shoot a music video, and the investment and what he will put out there, really, if you're close, you see this is real money the person is investing there. And so I think as an industry, pundits when they get the chance, or panelists when they get the chance, let's see, because right now we are on Facebook Live at the moment. Exactly. We are all over the world, and people are looking at how our industry is. So we should be making such statements with facts. Otherwise, we should be treating all of these things as unfounded, as baseless, and it doesn't really add color to all of these things that we are talking about.
Now, let me ask this before you wrap up. So you've been able to defend that of Medikal, so beautiful. How large is the number if we are to consider majority of our people in the trade? How many are comfortably living like, say, Medikal, and maybe the rest are living?
Right. So I made this statement in two folds, that there are people who are really living the lifestyle, and there are people who are not living, but the industry requires them to position their brands in the way they have to position it. You see, if you portray yourself cheap, you'll be bought cheap. And I hear people say, oh, they portray a lot of money, and then when they are sick, we have to look. They even gave, is it ODG or something? There's a Nigerian artist who was portraying a lot of money, and he became sick. People had to contribute and take care of his health and all of those things. That is the culture. It happens everywhere. How are they going to feel when, because this artist they claim do not have money? So whatever dress they wear in shooting their music video, they get shows or they have to do red carpet appearances. Look at Nana Kiado. The investment she makes in coming to VGMA red carpet. She may not be a musician, but she's contributing to the craft. You see,
now, what goes into her appearances
exactly.
and all.
So whether fake or real, they are entertainers, and this is showbiz. This is business attached to the show business. To the show craft they are putting out there. So it's a very important tool, whether they are faking it, they are not. But how do they even believe? Because that tape quoted some Nigerian artists and that their clothes they are wearing and stuff. Some of us have had the chance to get close to one or two, let me not be specific on Nigeria, but let's say some African actors who are popular and all of those stuff. And something I can tell you that some of them, to the extent that when they are doing shows, they can plot people who deliberately fake collapse, that will be carrying them on stage just to build an emotions. They can plot people there and promise them, I'm going to give you $2 million for doing this, and later they don't give the money. The people will come back on social media. It is part of it. I wanted to Wizkid recently. There was a guy who 2-3 years ago he was performing, and I think the guy, one of the comment, the guy was so like the biggest fan, and he promised him about 1 million or something. I mean 2 or 1 million naira. 2-3 years, the boy is not getting the money. But how the media carried the story and everybody knew that, oh, this guy has money, he's going to do this, and the boy hasn't received the money. So they should understand that this is an industry. It is not a gospel, religious, where character and all of those things are. This is show business, and so people must understand that the craft demands the output and the outlook that is going out there.
Thank you so much, Richmond Amofa Sapon, opening the conversation for us. Let me go on to Chris Chomana and listen to him what he says to the topic. Chris.
Sammy. Okay. Richmond is close to Medikal.
Yeah.
So he has first-hand information when it comes to the lifestyle Medikal lives.
Exactly.
Right. And I've never had any encounter with Medikal. So I will speak from
that big bancher point of view.
You see, what's Medikal's name? Samuel Frimpong, right? Yes. Here we are mentioning Medikal. There is Samuel Frimpong, who has a relationship with his immediate family, immediate friends, like Richmond. He's a father. He's a husband. That is Samuel Frimpong. And then we have Medikal, which is his professional side.
Exactly.
The Samuel Frimpong is his private life. And then the professional side is the Medikal. The business side is the Medikal. And like he rightly said, the business side calls for all forms of attention. The business side is actually an attention economy. Showbiz thrives on attention. Sammy, on a normal day, the average guy in Ghana, the average guy or girl in Ghana, when you wake up, you have your own headache to deal with. Right? You have your own headache to deal with. What you eat, the traffic you go through it. Even if you want any form of entertainment, you have the radio, you have the TV. Well, if you want to go on any of these DSPs, you have the Spotify, you have the Apple Music, you have the Boomplays.
Enough to choose from.
If you go on social media, you have the Facebook, you have the IG,
TikTok.
And then even now, the consumers of content have become creators themselves.
Another solid point.
Right? So you being a professional within that space, you have to go that extra mile to get the attention of that average fan.
I like the build-up.
So there is nothing like packaging. Of course, then unless you don't understand this game, showbiz is all about make-believe. Showbiz thrives on hype. It's all perception. Everywhere it thrives on perception. And there is nothing you can do about it. That is the nature of that business. That is the nature of that space. And even that is one side of it. The other side of it too is, what was he going to do? Was it not a show?
Yeah, he was going for a performance.
Recently, we heard about Burna Boy. I've never confirmed it, but then we heard about his rider.
Yeah.
Now, before you book Burna Boy, there has to be a private jet.
$500,000.
The private jet doesn't belong to him, but does that mean he's packaging? That is his status now, and it comes with it. So I want to assume, even whatever we saw in the video, is even part of Medical's hospitality rider. That is, you know him, so you know his lifestyle. But I want to see it from that angle. That is his hospitality. Probably it's for the friends, what have you. But if you book him for a show, and he's coming with these number of friends, even you have to pay for their fuel. So well, it's all about packaging. Sammy, I'll end on that note.
But what is the reality beyond the packaging? What is the reality? Because yes, I understand they should package, they should look good, but beyond the packaging, is that the reality too, or can we also investigate the reality to know our guys are really comfortable?
Sammy, you don't. It's not your business to go investigate. That is why I said we need to draw the line. Their private life and then their professional life. And if you're an artist too, try to draw the line. If it's time for the showbiz, yes, go
hard.
Go sell the show. Go sell that side of you. But in your private life, don't go about. Like he said, Medikal on a normal day, that's how he lives.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you're an average artist, draw the line. When it's time for you to go out there, maybe from Monday to Friday, one cool corner, but then weekend, when it's time for the show, yes,
you go
create
hard.
attention. Get my attention because I'm already busy. So find a way to get my attention. And what we saw in the video are some of the things. Here we are having a conversation around it. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chris Chomana, coming in hard. Come through. Let me listen to what you are adding to what a pundit said some time ago, that our people are really struggling. But looking at Medikal show at University of Education, Winneba. And you see, I was asking myself, okay, this is a campus show, Winneba. How much would they pay? But like, look at the steez. Range Rover like 3, Camaro. And another SUV, I think, Toyota Highlander B. No, not Highlander. Mine is a Highlander, no. Like, something big. To make it short, something big. And when someone said they are poor, and we see this packaging, doesn't correlate. Could you come through it?
You see why it will be difficult for our industry to grow with some of this perception and mindset coming from people that are supposed to be stakeholders, gatekeepers, who you think they're supposed to know better about how the industry operates. So you sense a lot of ignorance and a lack of a bit of wisdom. You know, as industry people, we have certain information. Okay, we are close to them, so we have certain information. But must we say them? Because I'm closer to, like, Richie is here. He's closer to Medikal. He knows certain things that is happening. So the next moment Richie has a platform, he wants to come and be real and come and talk about whatever is happening. We won't move forward because that is not it. You don't understand what is going on. Every product has a package. So why do we have to invest in a product, package it nicely so that it will be attractive for people to buy? And you'll be there and complain that why are we spending so much on the packaging alone? Then it means you are in the wrong field. You don't even understand whatever that is going on before you start making some of this comment. And when you say someone is poor, what do you mean by that? Poor is relative because you are comparing the person to the next man. You see a Burna Boy doing this, you see a Whiskey doing that, so you think Ghanaian musicians are poor. To your assessment or analysis. To them, they are not poor. They are also living within their level and their means. And so you'll be there, and if an artist also come and tell you, what do you have? What have you achieved for yourself in so and so sitting on radio or on TV? Then the media will gang up and fight the person. Some of these utterances, I expect my brother Kwame Daisy to write an editorial on this, to condemn our colleague media person. It shouldn't always be when an artist go for something, then you come and do an editorial. This also call for an editorial. So you are calling out Kwame Daisy? I'm calling out Kwame Daisy to write an editorial on some of the comments about Sally. So that the musicians wouldn't feel that when it's always about us, you are quick to what? Come out. But when it's your colleague, you don't see anything wrong of whatever they are doing. Yeah. You see, this is why Nigerians will always beat us. Nigerians will never do that. The Nigerians who are in Ghana, they don't have kobo. But when they would dress neatly. I have some Nigerians in my area. They don't have nothing. But when you see them, they're still.
How do you know they don't have nothing?
I live with them. I live with them. But they're still.
Now you are speaking like the other guy. How do you know they don't have nothing?
Them say I live with them.
They have nothing.
They are in my house. They are in my house. I know them. They are in my house. But the steez, when they dress up, whenever you meet them, you give them respect. And it's working for them. They are getting our girls. Because of the steez. Some of them are sponsoring them.
And I've heard so many Ghanaian girls also saying, Nigeria boy, the ombutia.
Exactly. So you see, everything about this business is about how you position yourself. You create a good perception in the market so that you get value. Now, if I am an upcoming artist and a label signs me, am I the one going to foot for my bills? That should I get a $1 billion in my account before I can do business? No. And this is a requirement of the job that I'm doing. I'm supposed to package myself neatly, no matter how poor I am. I have no business coming to sell my poverty. So any which way I can look good, I have to do that. Whether my friends are assisting me do that, whether I will borrow. Why do rich men go and borrow money, loans to invest in their business? Why do they do that? There are a lot of businesses in Ghana here. They go to banks and get money and put over whatever company or buildings they have. Will you tell them they are poor? So if I am an artist and I borrow my friend's cars to go and do business, you call me a poor person. Yes, I know some of our media guys. They have certain information about the people. Some of them have moved with them and they know their struggles and all of that. But that is not what we are talking about here. If upon all their struggles, they are able to put a face across for people to still hold that respect and perception, we have to give them thumbs up. We have to commend them. Than to come and run all these derogatory statements about them, and they are trying to push you want to draw them back. What shows that what you are seeing from the other people, it is also not packaging. You have no investigation, you have not been closer to them, you just see them on the screen and you think it is all about that. They are so rich and they can't package, but our people are always packaging. So it tells you the kind of people we have leading the front of this war? There's a big question mark. And these days, when any musician come against our media, you have to understand it. If it is not about being emotional, you have to understand where they are coming from. They have gone through a lot of criticisms from common fans who are following them to the media who they think will understand them better and speak for them. They also condemn them. So the fans condemn, media also condemn. Now who is to speak for us? The role that you have to play as a media person. Tell them how the business is so that we can maintain that perception. When I come to you, I see you from afar as a business, and I get closer and I don't see that thing. Where is the trust? The trust is no more there. Every follower of this industry knows that a musician should dress well, should drive in a fancy car. It is common knowledge, and this build their expectations. I was with one artist. We were driving through the traffic, so there were some guys selling by the roadside. So one would say, that is him. Then the other would say, no, that is not him. For about 5 minutes, they were arguing. Then one was like, no, it's not him. He won't drive in this car. Because he knows a musician pull up with
I know what you're capable of doing.
So when we drove off, then the musician was like, Akwewa can't go so far. So it got at him. He wasn't expecting him to be driving that low
class car.
Exactly. So look at the people you are going to sell to, the kind of mindset. And you go and present something low. Would they buy? So whatever strings our guys are pulling to make it look that good, if we can't commend them or support them, we should keep quiet.
Thank you so much, Kojo King there. And I've told you Kojo King is an up-and-coming artist, so I believe he is learning the secrets of the trade. Hi, good evening, Sammy. I really understand what she was talking about. The entertainment industry, you cannot give them money enough and they brag too much. Okay, there's another angle. I'm sure I'll give Richie some 2 minutes to respond to this. Richmond, I wanted to respond to that.
For me, I don't think
that the kind of lifestyle we see and their earnings, are they equally measured? I'm sure that is what he's asking.
Okay.
So like maybe Medikal goes to play a show at Winneba at say 50,000 Ghana cedis, and we see the packaging. That's what he's asking. That is it.
There again,
on the same pedestal.
Yeah, there again, pundits and panelists should educate when they have the chance. Musicians don't make money only from performances.
Good.
There are a lot of, revenue channels that they get monies from. You see, again, let me put this on record. That entry you saw of Medikal is a signature entry. Every town he goes, that is how he enters. This one, the cars are even not plenty.
Hey!
Oh yes, yeah. There are ones that the cars can number about 15 going, and not all belonging to him, but he has, friends within the AMG umbrella that would come and support and stuff. When he jointly had a show with Shatawale together, they were throwing monies even on the. That's the signature entry. So the monies they were throwing for the youth that were following the cars to were fake money. Those are monies they are giving, and you see something. When you see behind Trotro, was those small car, Pragia, those cars, and you see Shatawale's picture, Sarkodie's picture, Medikal's picture.
Stone Boy.
It has a story.
Yeah.
These are people who
have been inspired by
exactly.
Yeah, no, I think I've heard some of these stories before.
So they feel if this person have told a story that like he was once like me from where I am, so the money he's showing or wherever God has put in the person to, I have hopes, I have to work hard, I can get there, no need to steal, no need to do anything bad, I can push my music career, I can push this and I can get there. People should start seeing the positives that comes out of this branding and packaging.
And let me support this. Recently a guy contacted me from Qatar and he was telling me that, Brasami, I'm here in Qatar because of the inspiration I get from Shatawale. And this guy was telling me so many things. He will perform Shatta's song, send it to me and all. So it is our wish, once again, whilst we are wrapping up on this topic, it is our wish that they live the lifestyle they want. Because like Chris said, Now, how to sell or how to penetrate online is very difficult. Because people who are supposed to consume, now they are all creators. Especially when you talk a cranny, new folk a crack out crowd and hegemony. Oh, best around how back of any back of any instead of talking about very celebrity. I see some of these celebrities liking some of these girls.
Sorry, my mega story can tell me. You see, mostly they will sign actresses, these brands, musicians as influencers and ambassadors. About what 10,000? So I said app using now. There's an app being also. I see about having
TikTok app. Can TikTok app?
We already 2,000 and now over 15,000.
I say business no. I say business no.
You'll be a content, you know.